Good morning or good afternoon, young scientists, depending where you are in the country. We are joining you today. My name is Dr. G, and I'm with High Touch High Tech of Maine. And here with me again are
Lightning Liam
and Electric Eli. So I hope you are all safe and well in your homes. And today we are going to continue our conversation about our hands. If you joined us yesterday, do you remember what we talked about? Yeah.
Thumbs.
About our thumbs, right? So we started talking a little bit about the anatomy of our hands, right? How they're built. And we noticed that our thumbs are different than the other four fingers, right? And do you remember how we call them? From the word opposite. Opposable thumbs, right? Remember? You can do the okay sign with your thumb, but you cannot do it with your middle and pointer finger. So today we are going to continue and explore our hands, but we are going to move and look at something a little bit different related to our hands. So do you know that each one of us, yes, each one of us has something very unique that is different than your mother or your father, or if you have siblings, or even different from if you have a twin brother or sister. Do you know what it is? Any guess? Any guess out there? Yes. Your
fingerprints.
Your fingerprints, right. Your fingerprints are unique and they're nothing like anybody else. Yes, and we're going to prove it today. So for our experiment today, excuse me, we'll need the following supplies. We will need the activity template. It was sent to your email earlier this morning, right? And you can probably visit any of our Facebook pages to find the link. You will need the fingerprint patterns that were also part of this email. You will need tape, just regular clear tape, okay? You will also need, we asked you to have some type of clear plastic cup. However, if you don't have clear plastic cup, you can use a small glass bowl. Just make sure that you're asking the adult who is at home with you what is okay to use, okay? And I'll show you that it works with either. Then we will need some type of lotion, hand lotion, body lotion. Again, ask before you grab something from the closet. Make sure it's safe and you're allowed to use it. Pencils. Some type of paintbrush. We have this one. But the size doesn't matter. You have different size. It will work. And I think the last thing is cocoa powder. Okay? And some type of plate to put the cocoa powder on. If you don't have cocoa powder, some powdered paint would work as well. Okay, do I need to review the list? Pencil. Thank you, Eli. Tape. Great. 2 of the printouts that you can find with the email. Thank you. Lotion, any type of lotion. Cocoa powder. And plastic, clear plastic or glass, some type of glass ball. Okay? So go and gather your stuff if you haven't done it yet. And I'll talk a little bit about our fingerprints. And what do you think we use our fingerprints for? When are they used often?
Sometimes they're used for like security things.
Yeah, they use for security, right? Because they're unique to us. You or me or anybody out there can be identified by using his or her fingerprint, right?
And all fingerprints are different.
Yes, and because all fingerprints are different, we will know that it's Eli or Liam, right? Or anybody else out there. So the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to make a printout of our fingerprints, right? And we're going to look at them closely and try to identify what type of patterns they have. So to do that, and I hope that by now you're back with us with all the materials, to do this part of our experiment, what we are going to do, go ahead and do it here while we are demonstrating. Do it here. So just take your pencil and make sure you scrub quite a bit on the area that is shown here, okay? You don't need to fill it, but you need to have quite a bit of the area marked. Let's say something like that, okay? And when you're done, it's sideways, it's easier.
What?
Sideways.
Oh, I got that.
Ah, you got that. Did you all get it?
Like this? Is good enough?
That's perfect. Okay. So I'm sure by now you all have nice area covered with a pencil. What we are going to do, Eli, can I take you to demonstrate? Come here. Move closer. What we are going to do, I want you to take your finger and put it inside the colored area. Okay, the fingertip, you see? Inside. And try to kind of move it around a little bit so you get it all over the finger. You see Eli's finger? It's dirty. Go wash your hands in a second, okay? The next thing, stay there. Eli, stay there. The next thing that we are going to do, Liam, go ahead and do it with yours. The next thing that we are going to do, we're going to take tape, right? And put it over the area that is colored, you see? And make it kind of snug. You see that I am putting it all the way around Eli's finger and all the way to the tip, you see it? And now, 1, 2, 3, we're going to pull. Okay. And now, can you see? Oh. Okay, here's the camera. Can you move? Thank you.
The index? Is this the index finger?
Yes, that was the index, right or left hand? What did you have?
My left hand.
You had your left hand. And now it was the left index. And continue and do the same with few of your other fingers. Even if you don't finish all of them, that's fine, because now you know how to do that. So do a few of them. And then we'll continue from there. So again, remember, you really want to have your fingertip covered with the pencil. You see? And if you have here, this tape is better. And if you have an adult with you in the room, maybe they can help you, although that's something that you can do by yourself. So now that's, I was doing it for you here. Now that's, what was it? Which finger was it? You did the same again? Or did you did a different one? The index on the right now. So make sure you are not moving it from one finger to another so we are not getting confused. Next.
I need that. Can I have a pencil, thank you?
Oh, this one?
This, no, it's not.
Okay. So complete one hand. So what you want to do, you want to put it and kind of press it and go like that hurt. Oh. They will believe you.
I'll believe you, and then they won't
I'll help you.
do it.
You will? Maybe. Okay.
There. We did it. Ouch.
That could be
It pulled like
the ring on the
7 layers of
right.
skin off.
It's the right hand.
Right hand, the left hand. Oh, doesn't matter.
That's okay,
I don't think it
so
matters, people.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just right here. Yeah. Sure, it's the hand that you think it is, right? And it's fine if you mixed up. Just correct what's written on top. Okay, perfect. That's okay. You can do it later. You know that it's right and left.
I don't.
Okay. Everybody are done? Finish at least one hand.
I'm not keeping track of them, so.
You're not keeping track of your fingerprints. It's too much to keep track of. Okay. Here.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. Yeah, because you didn't. Just like that. Move it around a little bit. Like you're massaging your fingertip.
I want to finish 2 rows, which
I know.
I love my fingertips, so.
You love your fingertips?
So I don't want to get them dirty. That's one thing.
Oh, perfect. So maybe you can show the camera again, just in case somebody missed it earlier. Go and show the camera how it should look like. Show the kids out there.
Okay, where's the camera?
Okay, Liam.
I actually don't know where the camera
Out here. Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Woo.
Okay,
So it's the big one on the top.
perfect. Okay. Very good. So now I think by now you've probably all completed
I've completed a little.
having the fingerprints of one hand, right? It will look something like that. This happens to be of electric Eli. Electric E, I'm sorry. And what we are going to do next is to try to figure out what kinds of patterns our fingerprints have. And we added to this experiment a little pattern worksheet. And you can see that there are different patterns and they have different names. And try to see which one is similar to what you have. Do you have an arch? Do you have an whirl? What do you have? What does your fingerprint look like?
I have
Does it
one
look like
that
a
has not
loop?
been discovered.
So Liam says that he has one. Very good. So Liam, if you missed what Liam said, what he said was that he has one that was not discovered yet. And while he was trying to be silly, in a way it's true, right? Because each of your fingerprints is unique. So what you will see on the pattern will not be exactly like yours, right? Because then we'll have so many patterns. But you probably will see a little mixture, something that looks more like whirl or more like loop or more like arch and so on and so forth. And the other thing that Liam noticed is that most of us will have a mixture. So some areas will look one way and other areas will look another way, but still try to identify those patterns. It's really fun to look at it. And if you have an opportunity later to look at it through a magnifying glass, you will get even better feeling of what type of pattern you may have. Yeah, go ahead.
I have two kinds.
You have two kinds, okay.
I found this one, which looks like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this one, which looks like this one.
Very nice. So whorl and loop. Yeah. So Eli found out that he has whorl and loop combined, and it does make sense. Very good. Any thoughts about yours out there? What did you find?
Looks like the loop.
The loop. Okay.
Like the loop, and then like
The arch.
the double loop.
The double loop.
And the double loop.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So continue playing with that. What is really interesting to do is to compare your fingerprint to your siblings or your parents, especially if you have a twin sibling. That's really fun to do. So if they're not with you right now, maybe later you can grab them and ask them to put their own to have an imprint of their fingerprints and compare if it looks the same or different. We know it won't be exactly the same, but see how much different they are, right? So that's a pretty cool thing to do. Okay. Almost done. Okay. So I'll give you another minute. Yes. Does anyone know what the name of the field of science that is dealing with fingerprints?
Forensic scientists.
Forensic scientists are using fingerprints, very good, to do something. Let's get to it in a second. But dermatoglyphics, that's a big word. Dermatoglyphics. You want to try it again? Dermatoglyphics.
Oh, I thought it was dermatoglyphics, not dermatoglyphics.
Is the science that is about fingerprints, right? Is the field of science. And as Liam took it to the next step, forensic science is science that using different clues, right? To identify, to create connections, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the clues that forensic scientists may look at would be fingerprints, right? Because as we know, our fingerprints are unique to us, and there are no two fingerprints that are the same. So if they are arriving to a crime scene, right, thank you. A crime scene, they will look for fingerprints. So let's dive and look a little bit into what it means to get a good dusting, a good image of our fingerprints. Are you ready?
Yes, yeah, I know what dusting is.
You know what dusting is?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Put your, if you finished or if you didn't finish, put your fingerprints template aside so it doesn't disturb you right now. And what we are going to do to pretend like we are all forensic scientists and we are in a crime scene. So use your imagination, find some crime scene and try to see what we are investigating. Maybe you want to investigate who ate the brownies last night. Uh-oh. I don't know.
I think that was me.
It was you. Let's see.
Oh,
We're going to try
actual crime.
Well, you can use your imagination. Share with us your crime scenes. Well, that will be fun. So the first thing that we are going to do, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you, started doing it. Let's take a little bit of lotion, right? Hand lotion, body lotion, anything will work. Remember, you had to ask the adult in the room with you what you're allowed to use, and rub it a little bit in. So naturally we have oil on our hands. Nowadays we are washing our hands a lot, and it's good because it keeps us safe and healthy. When we wash our hands, some of the oil is getting off. So just to really get a good, much better sense of what it means to dust for fingerprints, we put some oil on, right? The cream, the lotion is oil. So what I want you to do next is to grab this cup, whether it's a clear plastic cup or the glass. Just make sure you're holding it on the side, right? On the side. And now take your finger. Liam, can I use you now to demonstrate closely to the camera? Come here. Liam? Yes. Okay. So let's put a fingerprint here. Now it's oily. You don't need to hurt yourself, right? You see, you're just touching this area. And the next thing, so I don't know if it's hard to see, but if you look closer, you will see the area where Liam's oily fingerprint is at. And the next thing that we are going to do is to sprinkle a little bit of the powder. So remember I told you that you can either use cocoa powder, or if you don't have cocoa powder, you may have some type of powdered paint. Okay, and now take the brush and gently brush off around.
Ooh, I forgot where I did it.
Okay, just gently. But we can always do it
Can
again.
you put some cocoa powder like right
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not sure, you can do it again. But I actually can see his fingerprint right there. So it's hard to see through the camera.
Are we gonna share our crime scenes? I don't see it.
Can you see?
I see.
Yeah, and we have a good comment here that cornstarch or baby powder will work also as well. Very good. Can you see? Yeah, so that's Liam's fingerprint over here. And if I would have a magnifying glass, I could actually look very closely and try to see how it looks like. Now, do you think that a forensic scientist would use a magnifying glass to match, or would they use something else?
Something else.
Yeah, did you have an idea what they would use?
Some kind of machine.
Yeah, they would use some type of machine, yes.
I would say a lot of scientists use this, but not all. I think they're like microscopes.
Microscopes, yeah, that's a good idea. But they probably would use, like Liam said, some type of program on the computer that will match from a database where they have a lot of fingerprints of different people and what they found on the crime scene, and they will see if it's a match or not, right? And if it's a match, they will know that that belongs to one person or another, right? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Are we gonna share our crime scenes?
You want to share a crime scene? Okay. I think Liam wants to share his crime scene. Go ahead, share your crime scene.
Bank was robbed. 5 people got in the way. 2 robbers came in, and there was 5 murders.
Oh wow, that's scary crime scene. Yes.
Well, so this is something that I think somebody, like one of the crime people, or like scientists, did. So there's like this rapper, and there's this person that I know, which this really happened.
Okay.
And there was a robber where she worked, and he had a gun.
Oh gosh, that's not good. Okay.
And he put it up to her face, but then the police came, so they got rid of him.
Yeah. Okay. So make your crime scene a little bit less scary, okay? And continue dusting. Did you dust for yours, Ela?
Yeah.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So you can see here Eli's, where is it? It's kind of hard with the camera. Yeah, Eli's fingerprint that we dusted. And try to do the same with the people that are at home with you today. Try to dust for their fingerprints and see how fun it is. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, you're welcome to send us a message or an email, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Be safe.
Wait. Any questions? I just said that. I have to go back to my schoolwork now. Bye. Hope you have a good day.
I am. I'm trying to.
Okay, Daddy.
I'm trying to.
Next time.
I think it's gonna be